is Zest.
Playing a little bit of the chill music. I don't know what you call this kind of music.
Chill music, Wingwit.
Yeah.
That's what you call it.
It's like, yeah, I kind of have to think of it.
You go out to the beach.
Yeah, beach music.
You go down to Busan, go surfing.
It's when you're hanging out with Blaze on the beach, man. It's chilling out, you know.
Yeah, man. Well,
it's like a Hawaii song or something. And Hawaii, it brings me back to Hawaii, man.
Did you ever go to Hawaii, Moonlight?
No, but I thought about it.
Brings you back to those times when you were dreaming about Hawaii.
When I was Googling it, and I'm like, oh, it's a pretty nice place. I'd like to go there one day.
Maybe someday.
Maybe one day. But Zest, you know, looking focused, looking fantastic as always. You know, can never praise that guy enough.
Looking pretty chiseled today.
Pretty chiseled.
Yeah.
And here is Losira, one of the fastest players we do have in the league. He's got sickest APM.
Yeah.
The
best stash in the league.
Yeah, he's. I don't know why he's got a stash, but
he always does. But I mean, it's the best one in the league, Moonglade. There's a reason.
It's the only one, Valez, and that is why it is the best.
Does that also make it the worst, or
yes.
do you have to choose?
No. Well, it depends how you look at it and think about it.
I think it's the best stash in the league.
I like it. You know, it makes him look a bit grown up. I remember when he was like a little young boy, like 4 years ago, still going to school and stuff. He's certainly grown up a lot since then.
Well, these guys both having pretty particular, specific styles. We'll get to see which style is going to come out ahead here. Might be getting a look at the predictions.
I think we might. Maybe. No.
No, it doesn't look like it. We're going to go straight into game number 2 here on Terraform. Down here in the bottom right, our Protoss player from KT, it is Zest.
And up here in the top left for MVP, Losira, the mustache Zerg.
Yeah.
That's his name, Valez.
Oh, man.
All right, well, let's have a look at what they got planned for this kind of map, Valez. What's so funny?
I'm just thinking about what you would call Blaze then. You know, there's a multitude of different names you can give to that Protoss.
No, I wonder if he thought about that when he made that name.
I don't know.
Did he, like, go on a trip to California or something and, like...
You would think so.
Got his eyes opened up? Having a look at where...
Got his eyes open up? Is that what you said? Did you say that? Oh, my God.
What?
He got his eyes opened.
No, opened up, man.
Oh. His eyes were opened up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or he opened his eyes to the world. Anyway.
Well, looks like that we are going to see a Forge fast expand. Possibly, yes.
Will it be Forge? Will it be Gateway?
I have a feeling it will be Forge, Valdes. Thank you.
You are correct.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't say anything.
Well,
you
were judging me like you were going to say something. You're like, you didn't agree at all.
Just because the Gateway has been pretty popular these days, where they come over here and they put down a pylon anyway.
That's true. It's always you know, kind of a toss-up as to what it's going to be, but at the same time, the Overlord's going to scout it pretty quickly on this map. So I can understand maybe a Forge a little bit more. It's going to sell it certainly a lot more. And from here, I mean, Zest can actually just go for it as well. Ooh, nice little block. Cheeky play from the drones. Oh,
down that pylon 3. More drones going to make his way.
Look at this gas. Is the probe going to scout it? It doesn't look like it. Probe coming on back down. 300 minerals so far. Does Zest want to invest?
I don't know why that's funny, but it is. Just because you said it.
Thank you. I guess I'm a funny guy today. Well, here we go. Scary thing here, Valdes, is that gas is mining, and this probe has to scout it or has to die.
He is going to scout it. He's not going to die.
Oh. Does he see it?
He still didn't see it.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I think he may have seen the drones, though.
You think so? Oh.
Maybe. He's coming back.
Oh.
Inspector Zest.
Inspector Zest doesn't do a very good job. Wouldn't want him as a policeman.
He doesn't see the drones, actually. He,
No, he has no idea.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, he saw it. That's actually the money scout. He turns around and is like, wait. He scouts the extractor, sees how much is mine. He goes, okay, something's happening here. Inspector Zest is on the plot.
Yes.
Pardon me. And from here, what does Zest do? Does he fully block off? Does he, chrono boost out a Zealot? He's got to put down that Cyber Core ASAP as he needs to have sentries out.
He's going to use it as part of his wall.
So if you have a little space there for a Zealot, call home. All right, down goes this pylon.
Still no use for the gas just yet for Losira.
Yeah, he's kind of banking it up a little bit. Stopped mining now. Maybe he's like, well, you caught me.
Well, he's got one in there.
Caught me red-handed.
He's doing that slow mine. Just one drone.
Yeah. Oh, borrowed a shot, so he's going to slow down the third. I like it.
This is a Losira move.
Yeah, this is cute.
Through and through. He's done this before.
I mean, it makes sense if it gets scouted as well. It's like the backup plan. It's like, well, you scouted it, but I can still make good use of it.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Maybe he can force Zest to make it at that other weird location.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'd ever want to make it there because then Hydras get behind it and you're just never mining there again.
Yeah.
But maybe he will. Maybe he'll choose to be aggressive behind it as well. But Stargate is the choice to begin. And I like Stargate because, with the threat of speedlings on the map that early on, you want something that can annihilate them pretty quickly.
Yep, very true. Also, third base is on this map. We said it before. It's kind of far away for the Protoss, but also for the Zerg, it can be a little bit harder to get that creep over there.
Yeah, definitely so. Here we go. Oracle.
Nice scout there by Losira.
Yeah, man, he's on point. So, okay, I know exactly what you're doing. You can make spores very quickly. There we go. One at the third already. As fast as possible.
Yeah, we're going to see a bit of that.
Oh.
Who's that Zerg that was playing Ultra Greedy? I think it was Bial, actually.
Just
he
the
just
safety
make
first?
only drones, and then he would go for 3 Spore Crawlers blind.
Yeah.
But he'd go up to like 65 drones.
He was so good. He was so good at doing that, and the Protoss just never touched him in time.
Yeah. It's kind of when Protosses began to do less of these weird timings, especially the better ones, where they would be like, okay, I can go macro and win pretty consistently. Zergs and Terrans were both just like, okay, we'll just go super greed then.
Yeah. Saves that terrain. Only one going down so far to a nearly dead Oracle there. It's a beautiful start, and look at that block. That must be frustrating.
It's disgusting. Man.
Look at that money for Zest.
We should be ashamed.
No, we should be embracing this, Valdez.
Does anyone else think Zerg is OP? We're going to see Melee.
I think your name should be Blaze Valdez.
Oh, boy. Well.
+1 melee.
What do you think about that? It's not even going to be like double upgrades.
Yeah, I mean,
which we do see more often.
I mean, it's going to make those lings a lot more powerful, and it's going to help out if there's a timing anytime soon if it gets out. But I do appreciate the carapace at the same time as well. Wow.
Ooh.
Well, we're just going to see pure aggression from here, man. 5 more gateways. That is quite the SimCity he's got at that third base, and I guess it is kind of a necessity as well because of how open it is. Oh, second Roach Warren. It's going to be a quick borrow
mate.
And a drop and speed. Everything is coming out for Losira. He wants to play a crazy game here.
This is so exciting, Lay.
I'm excited.
What are we going to see?
We're going to see Roach Drops versus Blink Stalker all in.
But he's getting +1 for Melee. Oh, it gets scouted.
Oh, man. He sees exactly what he needs to see. And that is a problem.
Well, he's already making Void Rays.
Yeah, he was making them beforehand, though. So I think he just wants to go for a huge attack. It's going to be +2, Blink Stalker with Void Ray against Borrowed Roaches with movement.
This game is getting out of control.
It's getting absolutely insane, Valdez, in a big way.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, but at the same time, kind of scared, a little bit nervous, a little bit confused as well, but I'm still going with it.
He goes back and he scouts that it is a Roach Warren.
He's like, oh, okay. And we're seeing an infestation pit behind this, so the gimmicks have not stopped here, Valdez. We're going full gimmick here. All right. Well, the Oracle is sitting on top of the roaches, so nothing's going to be really surprising. Everything kind of figured out. And it's going to be really up to the transition from Losira from this point onwards. What are you going to do, Losira? Because you've been caught out in a big way, mate.
Still a lot of roaches remain here. He's going to have to use that Oracle for vision, as I don't see any Robo.
Now, I'm excited for this. We are seeing those Overlords kind of pile up down the bottom here, but he's got to get his roaches away from the Oracle.
I don't think this is going to work. I mean, look at this. He has it fully on lockdown, and he's got 3 Void Rays out already.
And
may even be 4 at this point.
Hallucination scouts the drop. He knows exactly what's going on now. Everything is falling apart before it even began.
He's like, why would you ever do this? Why would all these speed overlords be over here?
Yeah, it's like, I have a fair idea of what you're doing now. You know, I'm just going to keep making Blink Stalkers. I could even keep making Void Rays at this point. Like, he's in such a great place to just crush Losira when he desires.
Well, let's see exactly how he wants to crush him. +2 is about to finish up. He's already got 19 Stalkers on the way.
Here
the first load up comes up. It's scouted immediately.
Oh, man. He never, like, yeah, I never expected this. Like, you really caught me out, Losira.
Got me there.
Got me there, mate. Well, completely telegraphed as well. That's a word that I've always wanted to use but never have.
Nice.
Telegraphed.
He got it out.
He
got it out
telegraphed.
of your system invade.
No, I'm going to keep saying it now, Valdez. Now that it's out. You know, he could still go for some real damage here if he gets a good surround and if the force fields don't happen, but it's already been figured out again.
Yeah, you know, I like the Void Rays going for that 4th base, but he needs them for the defense. And he needs to get those Stalkers out of the main. There's no threat anymore of these Overlords. He cleaned them all up.
Yeah.
He needs to have them for this army. That's a ton of Zerg units still.
And it's not many force fields either. That is not many sentries at all. He invested a lot into the air. And here we go.
He's kind of botching those force fields too. So many of the units get through.
Oh man, this is actually a horrible place for Zest to be in right now.
Here come the Void Rays.
Oh, here comes the big forward roach movement, but there's a lot of units waiting for them.
Yeah, using that cannon for the vision. All these roaches going to be pushed away too. And now only 3 remain. Going into the main, they're going to be followed. And they should be eventually shut down.
Yeah, if there's actually a cannon in the main as well, which there is, they won't be able to do too much damage. That Oracle is doing all the detection that Zest ever needed.
So yeah, I mean, even though the force fields weren't really the best, he still had enough there to hold off the attack, especially once the air units came back. And now we have Charge on the way with +3.
I like it. If we see Storm as well, this would be a beautiful thing. Because that'd be such a scary army that there'd be really no answer to it.
You already have 7, about to be 8 infestors out on the map.
That's an important thing to note for sure. That is, especially with this 4th base up and running. Though there is no gas currently, which is kind of a problem. Especially if you're going to be investing to infestors and probably going to be investing to ultras a little bit later on.
Oh yeah. Well, we do see that this little bit of harass coming in here. Losira thinking about switching to Terran.
Yeah. Hey, you do what you can, but unfortunately cannon's going to create a lot of problems here. All the roaches. Nearly all the roaches. One
just
left.
one.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
And there's that Ultra Cavern, and a couple more Evos going up here. For some reason. For the Vipers, of course, sorry.
Look at this. A bunch of Lings going for the counterattack. I think they've got +2 at this point.
Oh, they're going to get a cancel for sure. It's a great move. Oh, killing it without a cancel as well. Beautiful.
Yeah, bit of a mistake there from Zest, too. He does have a War Prism in position to go for his own harass, but he hasn't gone for it just yet.
As you say that, he's starting to move it now, so the main base is going to be under pressure in just a moment's time.
Oh, I like this attack here at the Natural. He's going to bring those units out of position once again. He's trying to go for that Forge.
Oh, probably sacking food at this point. Wants to go into Ultras a little bit in a little bit here.
All the Spine Crawlers are too late, and those Chargelets with +3. They could even focus down a Hive at this point.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. If they have +3, like, this Hive is essentially dead if he starts to right-click it.
But he's not going to. Once the units are coming back, it's actually only infestors.
Oh, man.
See how well that does. He's going to pull so much of the Zerg army out of the position while he goes for that 4th base.
Yeah, such a late reaction from Losira. This is actually a horrible place to be. Using so much energy on these infestors that this counterattack is gonna crush the 4th base with no reaction at all. Not until these ultras are out, at least.
The Zealots are gonna win the fight in main. Don't forget about that.
More warp hits can happen as well, and even if ultras come out here, there's Void Rays waiting. This is a huge problem, Valdez. And he's gonna recall out here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he can really just do whatever he wants. He has to be careful not to die to the counterattack, but even then, I think he's going to be just fine.
Well, look at the supply difference, man.
Yeah.
Like, already maxed out Protoss.
The bank.
On 4 bases against the 3-base Zerg now. Much superior sort of composition going into double Colossus with Storm.
Oh, boy.
Everything is going right for Zest.
Yeah, he could add in some Immortals if he wants to, but he's going to wait on that just yet. There we go. One Immortal being made now. He's just going to have so much AoE, and even the 3 Void Rays in the sky. He needs to get a decent fungal and maybe even some Infested Terrans down to deal with that. That's pretty much the only anti-air he's got. These 2 mutas will die instantly to all the Stalkers.
They clean up that War Prism at the very least. Going to give Losira a little bit of a break here as he gets to max as well. And look at the double Immortal now. So I love this composition from Zest, especially if he gets the Storm out and he's got a bunch of Templar waiting. Currently sitting at 4. So he's in a good place with his army composition. It's really an army that's going to crush anything on the ground.
Yeah. Losira is actually making more and more drones.
I hope Katz is watching, man, because that's an ultra drop.
What is this, man?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, Valdez. It's a
is
beautiful
it?
Well,
that's what I want to see. Is it a beautiful thing?
It's a thing. Let's just go with that. Unless this Stalker takes it down, and then that would be the biggest waste of money we've ever seen yet.
Well, he scouts it. And here comes the Overlord dropping that Ultra. Trying to distract up at the top with some Lings. They do a +3 at this point, too. Here comes the Ultra.
It's going to be working on a gateway. Now he's going to change to the Templar Archives. Now, if he kills that, that's actually a pretty big win.
That's not a bad drop, I suppose.
Oh, there we go.
Zest's already going to give it up. He's already making a new one.
He's going to give it up here. But I don't know if that's worth his Ultra. He gets it down. So many Stalkers now.
There you go. The Overlord remains, but it looks like he just wants to group up with the rest of his army. Still a decently scary Zerg army. He has to be careful not to bunch up here.
Yeah, very scary army. He's got to make sure everything's in position here. Zest cannot afford to lose it.
You can actually get Abducts on the Colossi, but also Blinding Clouds with Fungals. And then you get those Ultras on top of everything.
Oh, yeah, this is a terrifying army if you don't get the feedbacks.
Yeah,
you know.
It's all about those feedbacks. I think he needs some more High Templar. He's only got 4. And
yeah, that would actually do a lot of work. Or, you know, start investing in air units again. I'd like to see him go into Tempest from here.
He's getting +1. He's about to finish up here, even going for shields, too.
Yeah, I like the shields.
But just going for more Immortals, it seems.
Well, it's going to hard counter the Ultras in a big way, but it's about, is there Blinding Cloud on top of your stuff? Is there Fungal there as well? That's the kind of engagement Losira is looking for right now.
Moonglade, you called it. 2 more Stargates and a Fleet Beacon.
This is a delicious thing, Valdez. I'm so happy right now. I want them to be carriers because I want to see
like carriers.
Yeah, I want to see carriers.
Yeah.
But it most likely will be Tempest from this point, which would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. You can see what happens when you try to mine from that base.
Never, ever.
You can see Losira taking the other side of the gold.
Inspired by Sue.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's going to look for the feedbacks here. If he gets some cheeky feedbacks, that'd be good, but if he gets Fungal, that's bad.
Maybe if he goes for the 4 Templar split.
Yeah.
But even then, kind of scary. Oh, he's getting rid of some Stalkers.
Yep, it's time.
Time has come.
He's got the money to do it. Both sides with some pretty decent bank at this point. Oh, these Lings. They found an Immortal, but the cannons are plentiful. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he better be paying attention here. One Fungal could end this game.
The Infestors were blocked by the Ultras. Too slow.
Beautiful feedback. Getting an Infestor and a Viper.
There you go. Gonna use some of these Stalkers, gonna get rid of that food by just attacking. It seems not a bad idea. Looking to do some damage here at the same time. Gonna force a big pull on all those drones, maybe even get rid of that hatchery.
Yeah, he's got that hatch for sure. There's so much damage coming in with these upgraded Stalkers. Ling's going to start to clean it up, but not before the hatchery goes down. And that's a great way to sack your food and start to remax with Tempest. And a Mothership.
Look at the banks for both these guys. This is turning into a really fun game. Stalkers now. They're going to do some damage. These ultras just so much armor. Take out one.
Boom.
We've seen before that Stalkers alone against ultras are pretty good, actually. Trying to go for the snipes here on some energy units doesn't quite work out.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a good fungal on the Stalkers, they get shut down hard. But if they get allowed to blink like that, like ultras have such a hard time catching anything.
Yeah, especially once you get super late game, you get out like 15, 20 gateways, and you just make 20 Stalkers at a time with the giant bank. We've seen that happen before to Lennox so many times.
Yeah.
He's trying to transition into ultras, but the Protoss attacks right before, and he can't keep him up, and all the blink Stalkers kill him.
Yeah, it's
depressing.
It's an ugly thing. We saw 5 Archons be morphed in there. It kind of looks like he's going for like an Archon toilet with how many with the mothership as well. Oh my god!
They kill all the queens in the back and so many of the infestors, but gigantic fungals and blinding clouds.
Well, it's still not enough. We just see so many immortals at the back wailing away at these ultras. They're going to have to get out of here, and that was a nightmare engagement, not really finding anything.
Oh, yeah. Those immortals were just outside of the range of the blinding clouds, totally protected. The Colossi not doing much, but they didn't have to do much.
They had to watch everything die.
They had to tank, man. Tanking Colossi.
Just enjoy the show, man. Yep. And now, this is a horrible place for Losira. He is remaxing with 11 ultras and 3 infestors.
But so many immortals remain.
Yeah, that is actually like 13 immortals. Do you really want to make it ultras against that, Valdez?
Especially with all these Tempests and Voideries in the sky, too.
Yeah, the answer is no. Never, ever. But, I mean, he has no other option here. So he's going to go for it. He's going to be water on rocks right now, despite having such a great engagement here.
Oh, yeah. He went for the perfect surround. It doesn't matter. Blinding clouds, fungals on everything. It just doesn't matter.
Nothing matters anymore, Valdez. Just like that Sunken Queen from Bohemian Rhapsody. There you go. I remember that one.
Nothing really matters. GG.
Nothing really matters.
Zest is best. Takes out another Zerg. Very nicely done. Knew exactly what he had to do towards the later game there as Protoss. It was very well practiced, well played. But Losira, just not the best engagements and not the best unit composition towards the end.
No, need to bring back the borrowed charge for ultras to make them stand a chance, Valdez. You have no idea what I'm talking about. It was an idea they had once upon a time for the ultralisks. They could borrow charge, which would let them like jump on top of the army and stuff. Look really imbalanced.
Seems pretty cool.
It would have been cool.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, Blaze was able to do it, but Losira was not. And so we will move on to the third game.
TY versus Gumiho on Coda Ladder Edition. This should be a lot of fun. Gumiho always got the interesting TVT or Terran in general, and TY looking more and more solid as days go by and starting to represent KT a little bit more often these days.
I'm really excited for this third game, actually. I think this TVT is going to be really fun. These two players are always just, they make such really exciting games for me. You remember one of the last times TY came out, he did that tank move on Expedition Lost?
Yeah, that was fun.
I think it might have even been against Losira.
I think it might have been. It was definitely a Zerg. Might have been Curious even. I can't remember exactly. One of those poor Zerg players.
Yeah, one of those poor souls.
One of those poor souls, man. It's ruthless that tanks can get there and they get covered like they did. It's such a great sort of style.
Yeah. I'm
sure we're going to expect more of the same from TY this time, but it's going to be such a wonky match because both these players have their own sort of ideas, and Gumiho is really set in his ways when it comes to his mech.
He really is, and I think we definitely will see it unless he's got something else practiced weirdly for this best of one.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt it.
Me too.
But guys, we're going to take that 3-minute break. When we come back, our first TVT.